Quadum, which means turn and face the east. The east is that way. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalak now, Chabawath now, Kasalak now, Chabawath now, Wala'ah, Tabaya'ah now, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashah now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahatha Parath, La'ai Walamyam, Aman.
This is in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Baba Kushar.
Baba Kushar.
Nathan Lanawa.
Nathan Lanawa.
Hakak.
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 Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kau Makala.
Kau Makala.
Wakau Madawa.
Wakau Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahor.
Latahor.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwiyam.
Lahakwiyam.
Hamathyam.
Hamathyam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al.
Al.
Rakawa.
Rakawa.
Ha.
Matamaala.
Matamaala. Lagarishan.
Lagarishan.
Bahashim Yahushua.
Bahashim Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahoryim.
Al-Hahoryim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izoria.
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 Ma'aim. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al.
Al.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Shamorka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamorka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakarka.
Wayarach.
Wayarach.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamorka.
Yashamarka.
Makau Rai.
Makau Rai.
Yashamor.
Yashamar.
Af,
Af,
Napashka,
Napashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamor,
Yashamar,
Taza'athka,
Taza'athka,
Wabawa'aka,
Wabawa'aka,
Ma'aita,
Ma'aita,
Wa'aid,
Wa'aid,
Iwalam,
Iwalam,
Aman.
Aman. English. I will lift up my heads unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha Allah
he that keepeth Yahweh
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Allahayim,
Al,
Al,
Damayah,
Damaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Al,
Al,
Thakarash,
Lakarash,
Wa Al,
Wa'al,
Thashakwat,
Pashakwat,
Al,
Al,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Hana,
Hana,
Awayab Yaka,
Awa Yab Yaka,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahama Yawan,
Wama Shana Yaka,
Waman Ashuyaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha Awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al,
Al,
Imaka,
Imaka,
Ya'arayamawa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Waya,
Waya,
Thaya'ai,
Taya I,
Tazawa,
Tazawa,
Al,
Al,
Tazapawan,
Tazapawan,
Yaka,
Yaka,
Amarwa,
Amawa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakak Yadam,
Wanakakidam,
Magoya,
Magoya,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakor,
Yazakar,
Sham,
Sham,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha Allah,
Iwad,
Iwad,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'ai,
Nawai,
Tazawa,
Tazawa,
Lab,
Lab,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Alyaka,
Ayaka,
Barya,
Barya,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahoya,
Ahoya,
Adawan,
Adawan,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alyam,
Alyam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawaba,
Wahagoryam,
Wahagoyam,
Gabor,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'aimalak,
Palashah,
Halashaf,
I'm,
I'm,
Yashabya,
Yashabya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawar,
Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Iowa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labunya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadyan,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Banakal,
Wanakal,
Kwayashwan,
Wayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Ba'ayan,
Da'ara,
Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La Dama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nadayab,
Nadayab,
Mawa,
Mawa,
Ka'ira,
Ka'ira,
Wakaza'aba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabah,
Wakatazalmanai,
Wakatazalmanai,
Kal,
Kal,
Nasaya Kamwa,
Nasaya Kamwa,
Ashur,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarisha,
Naya Rasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awa,
Nawa,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Rakha,
Rakha,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba'ira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Haryam,
Haryam,
Kan,
Khan,
Taradapma,
Naradapma,
Basa'ai,
Basair,
Raka,
Raka,
Waba,
Waba,
Sawapathka,
Sawapathka,
Taba'alam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panayham,
Kwalawan,
Palawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Wakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya Ba'awa,
Waya Ba'alwa,
Aid Ya'ai,
Aya Ai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Parwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'aiwa,
Da'aiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Ata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labatka,
Al-Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al,
Al,
Kal,
Kal,
Ha'arataza,
Ha'arataza,
Aman.
Aman. English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have said,
Come,
come, and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
Being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Yasha Allah
That the name of Yasha Allah
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in
For
remembrance.
they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate
They are confederate
against thee,
against thee,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asa also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like
and
Arab
like Zeeb,
and like Zeeb.
yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their
as
princes,
Zabah,
as Zabah,
and as Almuna,
and Zalmunna,
who said,
said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of the Most High in possession.
the houses of the Most High in possession.
Oh, my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth they wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
of the Most High.
over all the earth. So be it.
So be it. Curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now.
Listen to us now,
Right now,
right now.
send evils and curses
Send evils and curses
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen
to the
that speak against us,
that speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite
and the
brothers,
school.
and the school.
Send evils and curses
Send evils and curses
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasures
and shake loose the
of
treasure
the rich of Israel
of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary.
to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses
Send evils and
and
curses
punishment and destruction
and punishment and
to
destruction
the Edomites
to the Edomites
and their and the nations
and the nations
and their drug dealers,
and their drug dealers,
the court system,
court system,
the prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned
all the
Parenthood,
governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our
Amalek
enemies,
synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and
Roman
armies,
Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
Ku
Klux Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
Posse Comitazi,
Posse Comitazi,
the gay movement,
the gay movement,
the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army,
Navy,
Air Force,
Marines,
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channels.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channels.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Of any of thy people.
Of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
And bring swift death.
And bring swift death.
And bring swift destruction.
And bring swift destruction.
To all the heathen.
To all the heathen.
That stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Or try to stop us.
From broadcasting your words.
From broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet
Let
Earth.
loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plagues.
Let the plagues.
Shake the house of the thief.
Shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh.
Let Yahweh.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
They come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known.
Cause it to be known.
By all.
By all.
That it is the angels.
That it is the angels.
That have done it.
That have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread.
Through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawap Yam.
Ha Alawap Yam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazayan Yam.
Ha Kwatazayan Yam.
Ha Kayayao Yam.
Ha Kayayao Yam.
Wa Ha Akwatyan.
Wa Akwatyan.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen. English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding General Yohana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Saw, which means to turn. Yeshabium, which means to be seated.
All right. So the first reader is going to read Book of Leviticus, 23rd chapter, verses 1 through 7.
Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. Waya Debar, Yahweh al Mashah La'amar. Verse 2. Debar al Banaya, Yasharala, Wamaraf Alahayam, Mawadaya, Yahweh Ashar Takorwa, Atam. Verse 3. Shashaf, Yamayam, Ta'asha, Malakah, Labayawam, Hashabayaya, Shabbath, Shabbath 1, Makorah, Quadash, Kol, Malakah, La'ah, Ta'ashah, Shabbat, Hawa, Allah, Yahweh, Bakal, Mawashah, Bath Yakam. Verse 4. Allah, Mawa'ah, Dayah, Yahweh, Makorayah, Atham, Bama, Wa Adam. Verse 5. Bakadash, Hara'ashwan, Ba'ara, Ba'aha, Asherah, Lakadash, Bayan, Hara, Bayam, Pasak, Lahawa. Verse 6. Waba, Kamashah, Asherah, Yawam, Lakadash, Hazaha, Kag, Hamatazawaf, La Yahawa, Shaba'if, Yamayam, Matazawaf, the Kolwa. Verse 7. Bayawam, Hara'ashwan, Makorah, Quadash, Yahweh, Lakam, Kol, Malakaf, Abadia, La'ah, Ta'ashawa. Leviticus 23 in the English. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feast. Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of rest and holy convocation, who shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4, these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5, and the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. Verse 6, and on the 15th day of the same month of the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord, 7 days ye must eat. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. Verse 7, and the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Horn. Second reader. Stop right there. Right there. Don't take your register.
Yashala. Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah.
Gonna read from Leviticus 23rd chapter. Where you at?
Leviticus 23 and verse 8 through to 14. Waha Kwara, Bathum, Ashar, La Yahweh, Shaba'ith, Yamayam, Bayawam, Hashabah Ya'ai, Wakwara, Kwadashkal, Mala'ah, Kathibada, La'ah, Tha'ishawa. Verse 9. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, La'amah. Verse 10. Dabar, Al, Banayah, Yasha'ala, Wa'amarath, Alaham, Kaya, Taba'awa, Allah, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Anaya, Nathan, Lacham, Wadatazaratham, Ath, Aimar, Ra'ashayath, Quatazar, Yarakam, Al Hakahan. Verse 11. Wahanayap, Ath, Ha'aimar, Lapanaya, Ahawa, Laratazana Kam, Mamakarath, Hashabath, Yana Yapana, Hakahan. Verse 12. Wa'aisha Yatham, Bayawam, Hanayapakam, Athar, Ha'aima, Kabash, Thamayam, Ban, Shanathan, La'ila, La Yahweh. Verse 13. Wamana Kathwa, Wa, Shanaya, Aisharanayam, Salath, Balawala, Bashaman, Ashar, La Yahweh, Rayak, Nakak, Nayakak, Wanasakar, Yayan, Rabbi Ya'ith. Verse 14. Walacham, Wakwalaya, Wakaramal, La'ah, Tha'ah Kalawa, Aid, Aitazam, Hayawam, Hazar, Aid, Hawaba Ya'akam. Leviticus 23 and verse 8. But ye shall make an offering. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the seventh day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Everybody understand. If you don't understand, but everybody's, I'm gonna just give it to you anyway. When it says no servile work, meaning you don't go work for somebody that's paying you a check. On that day is your day of rest, okay? All right? We're in captivity though, but in our kingdom, in our setup, you're not gonna work. You want to take it off You know what I'm saying? You're going to take it off and relax. All right? Everybody understand? The whole thing, serve our work, let you know you're working for somebody paying you a check. If you're a boss, then you take off. All right? Continue. Oh, this working?
Come. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruit of your harvest unto the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when ye weave the sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of an hin. And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
Exodus chapter 12.
So we're just going to read the scripture here in Exodus so that way you can understand why we do the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right? Let's clear out the confusion. What we did yesterday is besides eat lamb. That's true too, but when we ate the lamb, what else was with the lamb? Unleavened bread, right? Why? The water. Remember that. So even though today is officially the opening of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we actually, because of tradition, Passover, we ate the unleavened bread. We're about to read it. Go ahead. He get it. Go ahead.
12:15. Exodus chapter 12 and verse, we'll just start at 14. Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Most High throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
And that's for every Israelite. You understand? This is the ordinance or the order of the Lord that we keep these feast days. You understand? Keep going.
Exodus 12 and 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread.
Stop right there. So make it clear. Today's the opening. And on the 9th, which is what? Next Sunday, right? Right? From today to the 9th, we're eating unleavened bread. Everybody understand? All right? Unleavened bread means that ingredient that you normally would put in your dough to make it rise, that ingredient is going to be absent for these days, right? You want to read the labels, read the ingredients, make sure there is no leaven of no kind. Everybody understand? All right? Continue.
7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses.
So understand this. When they say put out of your houses, you can do one or two things, right? One or three things. Throw it all away. Toothpaste with baking powder and all that. Throw it all away. Or you got a basement, put it down there. Or you got a car, throw it in the trunk. Get it out your house. Everybody understand? Real simple. Keep going.
For whosoever eateth unleavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
Right. You remember how John Muhammad explained that up. You'll be cut off from your nation just for not following this ordinance. And it's a holy ordinance because this is not just any high holy day. This is one of the high holy days where the Lord did something magnificent for Israel, which we're about to see here in the World War III era with America. He took out our enemy to save his people. All right, everybody understand? We always going to remember the Passover, whether it be this year, whenever Christ comes, we still going to be doing this. Everybody understand? Could continue.
Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Verse 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
So now, what was the portion where it said there was no time to with the troughs?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
it
that's
starts
what I
on
wanted.
leavened
That's
bread.
one of this. That way everybody understand.
That's like 13. Eat it in haste. Unleavened bread. God. Put leaven out of your house.
Verse 11.
Nothing remains to the morning. God. Staff in your hand.
Yeah, that's what.
Got
that's
it.
what
11.
What?
Exodus 12 and 11. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded.
Start one verse above.
Exodus chapter 11.
No, start at verse. I just want to watch. Start at verse. Let's start at verse.
8.
No, a few verses up.
Blood of the
Start
doorpost.
at 1. Let's just go there real quick.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1.
Mhm.
And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. So like, elaborate on that. Beginning of months. The beginning of months is saying this because unlike how our oppressor believes that the new year begins in the dead of winter before the final season of the year, every year has 4 seasons. Each of those seasons amounts to about 3 months. Our oppressor starts his new year December the 22nd. Our new year begins in the spring, which is why we're having the Passover now. There's new trees, new birds, new flowers. This is when the year has begun, unlike how our oppressor starts it, because he's a devil. You understand? So this is what the Lord is saying. This is your beginning of months, or the beginning of your year. All right? This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year for you. Not everybody, just us. All right, verse 3. Speak unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th month of this day, Salakia, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to their house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year, and ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up unto the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper post of the door of the houses.
So understand at this given point, the Lord is giving Israel instructions by way of Moses on what to do, because he's about to kill the firstborn of the Egyptians. Where they take that blood and put it on the head post, the head was called the head post and the side post. The reason is because that way so you can understand the death angel could just pass over. Everybody understand? If you didn't have that, what would happen? You die, right? All right. So it was very important to follow the order, or else you die. All right. Keep going.
Come. Verse 7. Okay, come. Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread.
And that's important. That lamb has to be roasted with fire. Everybody understand it? What else?
And unleavened bread.
You see that? So when did this happen? During this Passover, right? Now you see why we still do it to this day. It has not changed. Ain't nobody can say that One West, Isupk, don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
We do it. Why? Because we have a great and mighty man who follows a great and mighty king and his orders to make sure his people get what we need. We here because of him, when we all should be dead. All right, continue.
And with bitter herbs shall they eat it.
Bitter herbs, you can understand, onions, and such things like that. Herbs that are bitter, garlic. All right, continue.
Verse 9, eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water.
The word sodden means boiled. All right, don't eat it raw, don't boil it. Roast it with fire. Continue.
But roast with fire.
There you go.
His head with his legs, with the pertinence thereof. Verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it remain unto the morning, and that which remaineth of it unto the morning ye shall burn with fire. Thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and your staff in hand, and ye shall eat it in haste.
That was very important, because he's telling us, you want to eat this, make quickly. Move fast. Eat it quickly, because people about to die. That's right. Go ahead. Salakia.
It is the Lord's.
Hold on. Could y'all keep the Salakia? Could y'all keep the conversations down and focus here? Thwada. Go ahead.
It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Most High. Verse 13, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
So, if you continue reading the story, it talks about how they carried the trough, they needed the dough, but they could not wait to put the yeast in to let it rise, all right? You go ahead and read the story. We're just going to keep moving on for time's sake, all right? All right, we good? I imagine just here.
I imagine.
No, just here. Third reader. Thank you, Rich.
Aitazam, Banya Hauda, Banya Sharala.
Aitazam, Banya Hauda, Banya Shala.
Ya Bashim Yao Shab Rakatam.
How about Shem Yashabakta?
Shah.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 15. Wa sapatum lakum ma makarath hashabath ma yum ha bayaka ath imar ha fana wapa'a shabai shabath wath thamayum ath tha haya yana I mama karath ha shabath ha shabayaith tha sapar wa kamash yum yawum waha karab thum mana ka'ad dasha la Yahweh mama washabath. Oh, Slakia. Verse 17. Mama washabath yakum thabaya awa lakum thana wapa shatayum shanya aishar nayum salath tha haya yana kamataza tha apa yana ba kawayum la Yahweh. Verse 18. Waha karabthum al ha laquam Sha Ba'itha Ka Bash Kabasha Kabashyam Thamayam Banya Shana Wa Paraban Bakar Akkad Wa Alahayam Shanyam Ya Hayawa Ila La Yahawa Wa Mana Katham Wa Nasaka Yahum Asha Rayak Nayakaach La Yahweh. Verse 19. Wa Aisha Yatham Shai Yar Isayam Akkad La Kata'ath Wa Shanya Ka Ba'aj Yam Banya Shanan La Zabak Shalom Yum. Verse 20. Wa Kanayat Ha Kayan Atham I'll Lakam Ha Bakayar Yawam Thanawapa La Panya Yahweh I'll Shanya Kabash Yum Kwadash Yahaya Wa La Yahweh La Kahan. Verse 21. Wa Kwa'ar Atham Ba'itazam Ha Yawam Ha Zaha Ma Korah Kwadash Ya Haya Lakam Ko Ma La'ak Tha Ibad A La'a Thaisha Wa Ka'ak. That's it, sir. This is the verse of Slakia. This is the chapter, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15 in the English. And ye shall count unto you for the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Verse 17.
That way you understand. Next Sunday, the 9th, is the closing, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Once that happens, the same day or same night starts the Feast of Weeks or Feast of First Fruits. Then it'll go 50 days. And then on that 50th day, which is, I believe, May 29th, we'll have a holy convocation for that, all right? Continue.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 17. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. Verse 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 19. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priests.
It is required from the Most High that we all have a piece of that unleavened bread. You are not allowed to deny it. Everybody understand? Everybody have a piece of unleavened bread. All right? We just read it. It's an ordinance. All right? If you don't know what the word ordinance means, look it up. The word order is in that word. You hear it, right? Ordinance. It's an order. All right? And do it because the Most High said to do it. Continue.
Khan. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Fourth reader. Present yourself and state your register. Sawapiala, Bambanyam, Banyashala.
Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah.
Shah.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 22 in the Hebrew. Wayadaba, Kwataza Rakam, Atha, Kwataza Yara, Aratazakam, La'a, Takal, Paat, Sadak, Bakwa Tazarak, Walakwath, Kwatazarak, La'a, Talakwath, La'ainaya, Ailaga, Taezab, Atham, Anaya, Yahweh, Al, Haka, Yakam, Sa, Wayadaba, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La'ama, Daba, Al, Banya, Yashala, Lama, Bakadash, Ashabia, Ya, Bakad, Lakadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Shabbathawan, Zakarwan, Tarawai, Makwara, Kal, Malakat, Ibadia, La'a. Cancel. Verse 25. Kal, Malakat, Ibadia, La'a, Taeshawan, Waha, Korabatham, Asha, La Yahweh, Sa. Verse 26. Wayadaba, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Lama. Verse 27. Ak, Ba'aishawa, Lakadash, Ashabia, Azaha, Yawam, Akaparium, Awa, Makwara, Wadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Wa'ai, Nayatham, Atha, Napa, Shathayakam, Waha, Kwarabatham, La Yahawa, verse 28, Wakal, Malak, La'a, Taeshawa, Ba'aitazam, Awam, Azaha, Kaya, Yawam, Kaparium, Awaha, Lakapara, Ai, Lakam, Lapanya, Yahawa, Al, Laha, Yakam.
You're going to be the same thing in English. Let's go.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 22. When ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field. When thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather the gleaning of the harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Most High your power. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month of the first day of the month, ye shall have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets and holy convocation. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offer made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day, verse 27, also on the 10th day of the 7th month shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 28. Ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement to make an atonement for you before the Most High, your power.
Fifth reader. Come up, state your registry. Yatazar, Ban Loya, Ban Yashala. Yahweh Hashem Yashabrakata.
Sharp.
Come on. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29 in the Hebrew. Kayakal, Hanapash, Ashar, La'ah, Ta'aina, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Haza'ah, Wanaka Ratha, Ma'aimaya, verse 30. Wakal, Hanapash, Ashar, Ta'aisha, Ka, Malaka, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Mahabadathia, Af, Hanapash, Hawa'ah, Makwapab, Aima, verse 31. Kal, Malaka, La'ah, Ta'aisha, Kakwath, Iwalam, Ladarath Yakam, Bakal, Mashabath Yakam, verse 32, Shabath, Shabbat, Thawam, Hawa'ah, Lakam, Wa'ai Nayatham, Ah, Napash Thayakam, Bapaf Shai Ha, Lakadash, Bairab, Mairab, Id, Irab, Tashbath, Salakia, Tashabath, Washabath Yakam, Pa, verse 33. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Ah, Mashah, La Amar, verse 34. Dabar, Ah, Banayah, Yasharala, La Amar, Baka Shah, Aishara, Yawam, La Kadash, Hashabayaya, Hazaa, Kaga, Hasakawaf, Shabaif, Yamayam, La Yahweh, verse 35. Bayawam, Ha Ra'ashawan, Makwara'a, Kwadash, Ka, Malakaf, Ibada, Al Ta'aishawa.
Isupk, I'll get my wife. Did everybody get a piece of bread? Everybody? Okay, everybody must have a piece of bread. The water.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29 in the English. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. 31. He shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Sixth brother, sixth reader. Come up and state your registry.
Who you say, man? Yeah. No. This is the one you selected.
Abon, Banya Oda, Banya Shrala.
Aban, Yahweh, Ban Yashrala.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakata.
Hold on. You should have waited till he came off. All right. Always do number, right? Sean.
36 through 40. Come on. Book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 36 in the Hebrew. Shabbaitha, Yum Yum, Thakora Yabwa, Asha, La Yahweh, La Yawam, Hashemayan, Ya, Makora Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Waha Korabtham, Asha, La Yahweh, Itazartha, Hawa'a, Kal, Mala'akaf, Ibadha, La'a, Fa'ishua, 37. Alha, Mawa'idya, Yahweh, Ashur, Thakora Awa, Athum, Makora Aya, Kudash, Laha Korayab, Asha, La Yahweh, Alha, Wamanakaka, Zabak, Wanasakyam, Dabar, Yawam, Bayawamwa, verse 38, Malabad, Shabbatha, Yahweh, Wamalabad, Mathanwath Yakam, Wamalabad, Kal, Nadar Yakam, Wamalabad, Kal, Nadiwath Yakam, Ashar, Thathanwa, La Yahweh, verse 39, Ak, Bakamasha, Aishar, Yawam, La Kadash, Hashabay, Ya Aya, Ba'asapkam, Af, Thabawa Ha'arataza, Thakagwa, Af, Kag, Yahweh, Shaba Yum Yum, Bayawam, Harashwan, Shabathwan, Wabayawam, Hashamayanya, Shabathwan, verse 40. Walakwaktham, Lakam, Bayawam, Harashwan, Parya, Aitaza, Hadar, Kapath, Thamarium, Wa'inap, Aitaza, Ibath, Wa'irabia, Nakal, Washamaktham, Lapunya, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Shabaith, Yum Yum. Come. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 36 in the Hebrew. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and drink offerings, everything upon his day, beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your freewill offerings, which ye give unto the Lord. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. Verse 40, and ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days.
Seventh readers, present thyself and state thy register.
Hold on. What again?
Yes, sir. Aima Yashar, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasha'ala.
Aimad Yishar, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasha'ala.
How about Shem Yahshua Thumb?
Yahawah Hashem Yashar Rakatah.
Shah.
Okay. Okay. The book of Leviticus 23 and 41. Wakaya thumb. Salakia. Yeah. Salakia. All right. Verse 41. Wakata thumb. Atawa. Kaga. Yaya hawa. Shabbath. Yamayum. Basha na. Kwath. Awalam. Ladar Rath Yakum Bakash Hasha Ba Yaaya Dakagala Atawa Basakath Dasha Bawa Shabaitha Yama Yum Cow Ha'arata Rock Baya Shar Allah Ya Yasha Bawa Basakath Lamahaiwan Yada Aiwa, the Rath Ha Yakum, Kaya, Basakawath, Hayash, Shabbath Ath, Banaya, Yasha'ala, Baha Wataza Ya'ala, Awath Al, Ma Arataza, Ma Tazarium, Anaya Yahweh, Alahaya Kum, Wayadabar, Masha Ath, Ma'aidaya, Yahweh Al, Banaya, Yasha Allah Pa. Okay. Okay, this the English? Yes, sir. Come on. We have Leviticus 23 and 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High, your God. Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Most High. La Yasha Allah.
to make everyone understand what's happening, once we're done, I'll explain the Sabbath service to you, all right? And of course, I'll explain why we're here tonight, okay?
Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Faba'ah, Ratzazaka, Haya. Oh, Salaki, Salaki, Psalm face the east, Salaki. Everybody turn to the other side. Salaki, I'm going to do it again.
Sorry, turn around, everyone. There you go. Now we're facing the east. The Israelite school of the UK, because of the Bible, we face the east, and this is the direction of the east.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Thaba'ah. Hawashinawa, Mayang, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapa'arath, La Iwalamyam, Aman.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. Even in heaven.
Even in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Baba Kashar,
Kashar,
Nathan Lanawa,
Salanawa,
Hakach,
Hakah,
Hakach,
Hakah,
La Pa,
Laba,
Kal Machala,
Makala,
Wakal Madawa,
Kamalawa,
Hakach,
Hakah,
La Tahar,
Latahar,
Ha Matazarayam,
Hamatazariah,
Hakach,
Hakah,
La Hakwayam,
Hakuya,
Ha Mathyam,
Matthew,
Hakach,
Hakah,
Arakawath,
Alkawa,
Hatama'ala,
Tamala,
La Garashan,
Garshun,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Basham Yahushua,
the water among.
Wadama.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Please
please
give us the power.
give us the power
The power to heal
Power to heal.
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease,
The power to cleanse the lepers.
power to cleanse the lepers,
The power to raise the dead.
the power to raise the dead,
The power against unclean
the
spirits.
power against unclean
To
spirits,
cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it. All right, Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Hahayam,
Ahahariam,
Ma'ayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'a,
Isaiah,
Idoria,
Isaiah,
Idoria,
Ma'ain,
Ma'ain,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Wa'aratazah,
Baratza,
Ayatan,
Ayatan,
Lamawat,
Lamawa,
Regalka,
Galka,
Al Yanawam,
Al Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Zamorka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yanashan,
Shawamar, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yum Yamka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza Athka, Wabawaaka, Ma'aita, Wa'aid, Awalam.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot.
He
to be
that
moved.
keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yashar
he
Allah
that keepeth Yasha Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83, the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damaya Laka, Al Thacharash, Wa Al Thashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awa Yabyaka, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawad, Wayataya Aitazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakak Yadam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Allah, I Wad, Kaya, Nawa I Tazawa, Lab, Yakatwa, Ayaka, Bar Yath, Yakarathwa, Ahaya, Adawam, Waya Shama Aliam, Mawa Abba, Wa Hagoyam, Gabal, Wa Aimawan, Wa Aimalak, Palashaf, I'm Yashabya, Tazawa, Gam Ashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Banachal, Kwayashwan, Nasamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ara, Haiwa, Daman, La Dama, Shayatamwa, Nadayamwa, Ka'irab, Asha, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bach, Wakataza Manai, Kal, Nasaya Kamwa, Asha, Amawa, Naya Rasha, Lanawa, Ath, Nawath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Rakha, Kaash, Thaba Ira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Khan, Tharadapma, Basa Iraka, Wabasawa Pathka, Thabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa,
Yabahwa,
Waya Bahalwa,
Wayabahaiwa,
Id Ya Id,
Aya Ai,
Waya Kapawa,
Wayakapawa,
Waya Daiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Waya Badwa,
Wayabawa,
Waya Daiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Asa,
Shamka,
Shumka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Ayawan,
Ayawa,
Al,
Ah,
Kal,
Ka,
Ha-Arataza.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies
thine enemies
make a tumult,
make atonement,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy people
and consulted
against
thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
let
us cut them off.
let us cut them off
From being a people.
from being a people.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
From any remembrance.
from any remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with the tabernacles of Edom.
with the tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab.
and
the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes,
Gebal.
Gabal
And Ammon.
and Amalek
And Amalek.
and Amalek
And the Philistines.
and the Philistines
And the inhabitants of Tyre.
and the inhabitants of Tyre,
Also the Midianites.
also the Midianites
And Caesarea.
and Caesarea
And Jabun.
and Jabal
And at the brook of Kizan.
at the brook of Kisan,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor,
Princes of Zebah.
the princes of Sabah
And Zalmunna.
and Zalmunna,
Who said,
let
us make to ourselves
us take to ourselves
the houses of God.
the house of God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Make them like the wheel.
make them like the wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind.
Give them the tempest.
Give them the tempest
And make them afraid.
and make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storm
And thy terrible fire.
and thy terrible fire.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
That thou.
whose
Whose
name
name.
alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high
art the
power.
most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth. Pray for the power structure. Barak Atah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh,
Why Yahweh Shai.
Wayahweh Shai,
Why Mayak Allah.
Wamayaka Allah,
Why Alahayim.
Wa'alahaya,
Matazab Yah.
Matala Ya'ah,
Allah Wap Yahana.
Alawak Yahan,
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha'alawakya,
Ha Saranyam.
Ha'asarayim,
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha'karsayanyam,
Ha Khayayayam.
Ha'kazayanyam,
Wa Kwatyam.
Wa'wafyam,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Basham.
Basham,
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh
The water.
Wa,
Aman.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yahweh.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The
The
troopers.
troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Power in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's bless Israel, sir. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Basham.
Basham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Vayasha'ala.
Vayasha'ala.
Vahabayath.
Vahabayath.
Sapayim.
Sapariah.
Barak.
Barak,
Rapah.
Rapah.
Basham Yahweh Shai.
Basham Yahweh
For
Shai,
what Aman.
Wa'aman,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Bless us.
bless us,
And Israel.
and Israel,
And the school.
and the school,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Sar.
All right, so now I'll answer your questions about the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I'll explain to you the history of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, why we do it. For those of you who have never done this before, this is going to be very different. It's a difficult thing to do, a difficult thing to understand. I'll also explain what a leavening agent to you, what yeast is, and what things you have to avoid. Let me get a microphone if I could. These good brothers kept me up till 7 a.m. yesterday. Y'all like to do that, to ruin my class the next day so I can shut my mouth, but I don't shut my mouth. Also, bring everyone in from outside. This is my last chance to get something in your empty heads, all right? I'm going to try to do it.
Just,
Go ahead.
if we
Mike, I
get
didn't
some-
see you over there.
No sweat. I just got sloppy. If we can get some ice water, I can sloppy.
I appreciate
That's
it.
it. The water.
No sweat. All right, let's start. Ash, you got the precepts, right? We'll run through these. Give me Exodus 11:1, I believe. Also, I got money in here for good babies. The babies that shut their mouth in here are getting money. Where's my money at? I had the sisters bring down some money. Put it on the table. Good babies are getting money in here today. Bad babies, shalom. You're getting nothing. You got a good baby, point him out, who's sitting down and shutting his damn mouth. And a good girl is sitting down and shutting up. She's getting money. Come on. Please get down. Do your thing. Come on, man. Just bring it up. All right, where are we at? 11, Exodus 11:1, I believe. Read that quickly.
Yes, sir. Come on. We had the book of Exodus 11 and verse 1. And the Most High said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt afterwards.
Okay, everyone has to take their minds back thousands of years ago. How long, Haas? 6,000, 7,000 years ago? More than that. 12, I don't know. 7,000 years ago. Our people were enslaved in Egypt much the same way we were enslaved in Great Britain and in America, and enslaved by Spain and enslaved by the heathen countries. We were enslaved in Egypt. And when we walked into Egypt, they took us in, and because we were so thankful for being taken in by them, we built up their nation. We built it up and we added to their industry and their agriculture, and Egypt became a great nation because of our service to them. But of course, at the end, they became more afraid of us than they were appreciative of what we've done. And that's what has happened here in America. In America, instead of appreciating your sacrifice, thanking you for serving in their military and building their roads and building their skyscrapers and giving them agriculture and science and music and art, they are afraid of you. They're in fear of you because your strength, your gift from God threatens them. And that happened in Egypt. And so because of that, they begin to be brutal to us and cruel to us. And they begin to afflict us with hard bondage. So then we were in slavery for 400 years. And they were just constantly beating us, trying to mitigate the threat that we were. Because they knew if we were beaten and if we were cowards because of cruelty, because that's what cruelty does to you. I don't know if you brothers and sisters know that. When someone beats you down enough, you become afraid to be beaten again. And being beaten makes you a coward. It makes you afraid of being beaten one more time. And they're hoping that because of constant cruelty and drug addiction and hatred, we will have no path to freedom. Because only a strong man wants to be free. Only a strong woman wants to be free. Well, that happened in Egypt. It happened. So then the Most High God sent a man named Moses. Sent a man named Moses, who was a well-educated man because he was raised up by the Egyptians. But then one day he left the pleasure and the comfort of Pharaoh's house to go back to his people. He was a man from the tribe of Levi. Raise your hand if you're a Haitian in this room tonight. Give it up. Hey, Haiti. Give him up right there. That's the tribe of Moses right there. The brothers and sisters from Haiti. Moses was what you would call a so-called Haitian. And he left the riches and the pleasure of the house he was born in. And he came down into the streets to care about the plight of his people. And he went in, and the Most High God came to him and told him to go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Let my people go. Pharaoh was proud and hard-headed, and he refused to free the Israelites. So Moses kept going back. Each time that Pharaoh said no, the Most High God cursed Egypt with a plague. He cursed them. He turned the water to blood. Pharaoh still didn't bend. He made locusts eat up all of the crops, mice everywhere, mice eating everything in the fields, where the people had no food. Pharaoh refused to break. What else happened? I mean, plagues of hemorrhoids. Is that where they had the hemorrhoids? Damn. Salakia, that's a rough one. But guess what? Pharaoh did not break. Pharaoh refused. The Most High God had continued to harden the heart of Pharaoh because the Most High God is so full of justice that he doesn't want our oppressor to have a way out of punishment. And so because of that, Pharaoh's pride did not break. But the Most High God came to Moses and said this, after the plagues of the water turning to blood, the plagues of locusts and mice, the plagues of hemorrhoids. This is what the Most High God said to Moses, and this is where we are at Exodus 11:1. Go.
Yes, sir. We at the book of Exodus 11 and verse 1. And the Most High said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh.
I will bring what?
One plague more upon Pharaoh.
I will bring what?
One plague more upon Pharaoh.
Listen, Egypt got a lot of plagues, but there was still one more to go. Some of you think that you've seen the worst days of America. You have not. You think you've seen the worst days of Europe. You haven't. You think the COVID-19 epidemic was the worst thing that could ever happen. It stunned you when it happened. You couldn't believe you had to wear a mask everywhere. You couldn't stand wearing a mask. You thought wearing a mask was oppression. You just wait and see what's coming. You wait. If you couldn't take the COVID-19 epidemic, then surely you are not prepared for one more plague because it's coming. It's coming. The Most High God said, read again.
Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh.
Keep going.
And upon Egypt.
Keep going.
Afterwards, he will let you go hence.
Afterwards, he will let you go. I know he didn't let you go before, but don't worry. After this one, he is going to let you go. After this one, keep going.
When he shall let you go, he shall surely thirst you out hence.
Thrust. When he lets you go, he is going to thrust you out thence, meaning he's going to push you out. Before, we were asking him to let us go. He said no. After this one, he is going to push us out of here. That is the origin of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That pushing out of Egypt. That's where this whole night comes from. Where's the bread? Everyone has bread? Has everyone eaten bread in this class? Well, let me have some. Hell, I ain't had none. Right? Because we were thrust out of Egypt. That's why we're going to eat this flat bread for 7 days. And I'm about to explain. Keep going.
He shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor.
Now, Moses knew that after this last plague, we were leaving. So the Most High said, now, everybody go borrow from his neighbor. Meaning, because we were about to leave, we had to bring our resources together because it was time to leave. So just the way you got here today, the way you fed yourself while you were down here, the way you got your airplane tickets and your garment made. How did you do that? With each other. Where's Mariah, man? She made everybody's garment. Who is Mariah? Raise Mariah and raise your hand. Mariah in here? Well, there's some sister named Mariah that made every damn thing. Who made garments in here for brothers and sisters? Let me see. Nadia, give her a hand. Nadia, out of Nashville. In the back. What's say your name? I can't see you. Say again. Makwadash, give her a hand. Who else made garments? Go ahead, brother. Say again. Shapat Daya, give him a hand. Raise your hand if brothers and sisters helped you out with your hotel room. Raise your hand. If brothers and sisters helped you out with your car fare, your plane tickets, raise your hand. That is what happened in Egypt. We had to go. There was no, we're missing it this year. We're not going. So because we had to go, brothers and sisters borrowed from one another. We helped each other because this was a trip that could not be postponed, Doc. There was no postponing it. You had to do it. So the Most High God said what? Read it again.
Yes, sir. Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor.
Everybody understands that? Now you remember that. That's what you did to get here. You did this 6,000 years ago. That is how you ended up in North Carolina. Just like that. You didn't have this. You didn't have that. You had no place to sleep. So what are you doing? You're sharing a room with this sister, sharing a room with that brother, coming together in that place and in this place. That happened in the land of Egypt 7,000 years ago. You're the Israelites of the Bible.
That's right.
That's who you are. You're the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Keep going.
Jewels of silver and jewels of gold.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
Read that again.
And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
One more time.
And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
Everyone knows that the Israelite school of UPK under commanding General Yohana received much persecution for coming to North Carolina this year. We were on the TV, all over the damn internet. The mayor's office is calling the, the Jewish, every Jewish league. Anyone that eats matzo ball soup called us this week. Everyone. Right? We received a great deal of persecution for coming here. And I'm sure all of you in this room tonight, you've received persecution because of your association with the Israelite school of UPK, from your families, from your jobs, from the people you know. This is what they're not telling you. I just showed you how so many things that you are living happened to the Israelites in Egypt, right? Here's another thing that is going to happen. This is going to happen. After there were so many plagues in Egypt, with the water turning to blood, and locusts and mice. And after this one more plague, let me explain to you what's going to happen here, just like it happened in Egypt. Read that last part again.
And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
You are going to be shocked when this happens, because this is going to happen in a minute. Because of so many plagues from God that our adversary has to suffer. And because you're on street corners and on the internet and on TV telling everyone that God is against our oppressor, Americans are going to side with us. They're going to believe us. And it's already starting to happen. It's already beginning where what we say, even our enemies believe it. And you see it happening. You can buy out.
Can I tell you a story, or you want to tell it? Or
You
Edomite came to General Hyman's room way upstairs, knocking on the door, late as hell.
Yes,
I forget what time you said, and said, "I am down with you guys. I believe in your cause. Can I just come in and sit amongst you?" You understand?
That happened.
The enemy, you understand? Of course, he was told, "La, I'm sure." but
I forgot about that. That's like it. It happened in this hotel. That happened, right? I know it's hard to understand because you're so hated, but our oppressor is going to get tired of their children dying, of them getting sick, of their economy falling, of inflation. They're going to say this world is going to hell in a handbag. And they're going to hear you and go, maybe God is hurting America because of how we treat Latinos, because of how we treat the natives, because of how we treat the so-called Negro. It really explains everything if you think about it. It explains how America is falling and all the terrorist attacks. Even white people can tell that God is against America. And it happened in Egypt. The Egyptians had favor for us. They begin to say, these Israelites, man, they're the chosen people of God. Instead of us dying from more plagues and our water turning to blood again, why don't we start helping them and giving them what they want? And finally, in the end, brother, the Egyptians just gave us all their gold. That's what they did. They just gave it to us because they wanted us to get out of their land, because they believed that the cruel treatment that we received with them was causing their country to fail. That is going to happen here. And you're going to see people who hated us. They're going to side with us. Can I give you another example? The mayor called. All the Jewish leagues of everyone with matzo ball soup called. Everyone. The venue said, we're not canceling anything. The venue refused. Am I wrong, Haas? No, sir. The venue refused to cancel. Refused. And of course, there was zero protest. It came on the news. The news said there's going to be massive protests if you let them come out there. You know what white people are saying? I think these UPK cats might be on to something. I think they might know what they're talking about, because I had the COVID-19 virus twice. I lost my house. I lost my farm. I lost my 401k. Maybe God is cursing me because of what we've done to the children of God. Because the North Carolina Convention Center, they sided with us. They went against the mayor. They did not side with the mayor of this town. They sided with us. And that's a fact. That ain't opinion. That's straight up and down fact. Because we had our Passover with all of the complaints. We still did it. They didn't want us there, but we were there. Everyone understands. Keep going.
Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt.
Skip down. Skip down to when it finally started to happen. Where's Isupk in there? Who has these precepts I ask for every year? I need the one in Exodus 12, and then the one in Wisdom of Solomon has, and then that's it. What you got? What you said, Maya? Go to 12. Let's go to Exodus 12 and where the good babies at? Raise your hand if you got a good baby sitting next to you with his hands folded. A little girl. Oh, y'all don't like money. Okay. You don't like no money. You got good babies over there? Where they at? Raise their hand. Run that down there to that brother. Come get this thing right here. That's a good kid down there. Come on, get that down. Where's a good one? Here he come to get him. Look at him. You can tell he's good. Now go sit back down. You raise your hand. If you're a mama that a good baby sitting down, raise your hand. They over there in that corner over there. Don't worry. There's more where that comes from. I'll run to the bank if I need to. All right. Let's move on. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Come. We are Exodus 12 and 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Let me see it. Skip me straight to the plague out to the, and give me when they put the feeding troughs. Take me straight to, you know what I need. Exodus. You got it. Go ahead.
Come. We are Exodus 12 and verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the.
We skipped down. We skipped past 11 when he said what he was going to do with killing the firstborn. All right. The last plague, the final plague. I believe. Let's start in Leviticus 11. What you got up?
Exodus 12 and 29.
Let's hear it.
Come. We are Exodus 12 and 29. And it came to pass that at midnight, the Most High smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
That was the last and final plague. The last and final plague is that the Most High God had decided to kill the firstborn child of everyone in Egypt, from the house of Pharaoh to the house of the slave. Everyone, every firstborn child died. And the Most High God told Moses that after I do this, they're going to push you out. They're not going to want you there anymore because this plague was so terrible. It was so horrible. Keep going.
From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle.
Pharaoh had a prince as his son. His son died. The prisoners who were in jail, their sons died. Everyone's firstborn son died. Keep going.
Verse 30, and Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt.
Remember, they rose up in the middle of the night, and there was screaming and crying everywhere because it happened at one night. At one night, which was last night. That's what we celebrated last night. We celebrated when the angel of death passed over Egypt, which is why it's called the Passover, because an angel flew through the sky, and every house he passed over that was not marked by a family who was eating a lamb dinner in that house, who put the blood around the door of the house. If that blood wasn't over your door, you weren't in there eating that lamb, and your child died. Your child died that night. But the angel of death did not kill our children. What did the angel of death do when he came to our houses? He passed over our house. He passed. Everybody understand? And so we were in there eating lamb together with our swords on our side, our shoes on our feet. Why? Because we knew in the morning they were going to push us out of this kingdom. So we ate it fast, which is where the Feast of Unleavened Bread comes from. We ate it quickly. We know we had weapons. The news talked about how we have swords. We wear these swords because they wore those swords that night because they were afraid that some crying parent was going to kick in our door and try to harm us because God killed their child. So we wore weapons while we ate the meal because people didn't want to lose their children, and they might blame us for it, even though God is the one that did it. So we wore weapons to defend ourselves, and we ate the lamb, and our doors were covered with the lamb's blood, and we ate it fast in haste because we had to eat and leave. Everyone understands? Now skip me down to when they packed up the food. They packed up the feeding troughs. Do you need my help with that up? Yeah. I'll get it. 12 and 34? The water. Go to that, Iman, please.
We are Exodus 12 and 34. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading dough, being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders.
Pause 1 second. So now you get the premise of rushing, right? Just get that through your heads, right? Rushing, hurrying. So they're packing fast. So they packed away these kneading troughs or troughs. A kneading trough is like a mocajente, right? For the Latino brothers. It's something that you grind things on. It's coarse and it gives you resistance because to bake bread, you need to knead it. Kneading bread is massaging the bread roughly. Make it go back and forth because the bread has to be strong when the yeast breathes, right? The yeast that you put in dough in a dough, it breathes. But if the bread is not strong, it will just breathe and go out into the air. But if the bread is strong, it will hold the air inside the bread, which is why bread rises. Does everyone understand? So you have to knead it to make it strong. But we were in a rush. So the kneading troughs were already packed because we had to get the hell out of there right before crying mommies come and want to kill us. Crying daddies might want to kill us. So we had to leave. So we packed our kneading trowels away. So the sisters did what? Read that again.
Verse 34. And the people took their dough before it was leavened.
What they do?
They took their dough before it was leavened.
They didn't give a damn about making that bread strong. Forget all that. Why? Because we had to run. And you need that to understand this weekend. We had to run. This is not a pleasure trip. That's not what this is. You niggas can go down to Vegas or something next week and have a fun. Go down there and relax, lay up on a beach somewhere, do all that's fine. That's not this though. This is a struggle and stressful. And we do it because we want freedom again, because we want to be delivered again. So the women who we look to, the women who we, just like today in the past, we look to women to sustain this army. We look to women to be the logistical support that makes this army run. So the women were in a rush. So instead of waiting till their bread rised and putting yeast in it and then having to knead it and then wait for what? How long does it take for bread to rise with natural yeast? 12 hours? The sister said, damn that. They just took the bread and they were out. So it was totally flat. It had no yeast. It hadn't been kneaded. And the things that they used to knead it were already packed. And so they took it and left. Does everybody understand? Keep going.
Yes, sir. Their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. Verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrow of the Egyptians.
They did it. That's all I need for. They did it. They carried these things on their backs. On their backs. These sisters had all their gear. The kneading trowel is on their shoulders like a backpack. And they were gone. They packed the food for their family, helped out the other sisters that didn't have enough food for their family, and they were out just like that. No crying about the reservation, no bitching about accommodations. Some people can't be in the UPK because they're not willing to be uncomfortable. They're not willing. This is the wrong place for you. There's a church on every corner that will make you very comfortable, but you won't be comfortable where the sun doesn't shine because they're going into your backside in there. So you'll have a lot of comfort until you go to sit down. Then there'll be no comfort. There'll be discomfort. But in here, you'll have to say, listen, I'm not getting everything the way I want, but I'm packing up and I'm leaving. I'm doing it. And these sisters did it. So now I'll skip down. The Egyptians just gave us gold and money. Where do I need to go from here? Go ahead.
We have Exodus 12 and 39. And they baked unleavened cakes of dough.
So then now they travel, then they stopped, and it's time to eat. So when they went to bake it, they baked unleavened cakes of dough. Unleavened, the word leaven means lifted or rised. They baked cakes of dough that were unrisen. They were not risen. Everybody gets that, right? Because they were in a rush. Keep going.
Which they brought forth out of Egypt.
They did this in Egypt. In Egypt, they packed the food for the trip without going through all of the things they have to go through to make it delicious, to make it good, to make it, more, enjoyable to eat. They didn't go through those things because we didn't want to get killed by sad parents. So we had to leave. So when it was time to stop and eat, they pulled out that bread that they packed in Egypt and they cooked it and ate it and thanked the Most High God for it. Keep going.
For it was not leavened.
You get that, right? This is why we're here tonight. It was not leavened. It was flat. They took it out of Egypt like this. They didn't go through the proper things to go through to make it light and fluffy like the bread you like to eat. But it was what we had. And because we had it, we were able to eat it and leave quickly. Everyone gets it, right? I think two more. Give me the one, I think, where you at now? You in 12, chapter 12? Okay, give me the law in Exodus, where the Most High commands for us to celebrate it. Is that where it is, or is it Leviticus 23? Leviticus 23. And then someone found me the one in Wisdom of Solomon. And then we'll go through the things that you can and you cannot eat, which is all you care about. Yes, I'm going to tell you the cereals you can't eat. All you care about is cereal. We'll go through your cereals. We're going to bring up Honey Nut Cheerios. They waiting like, Honey Nut Cheerios? No? Yes? Yay or nay? Yay or nay on Honey Nut Cheerio? Yeah. We'll see. All right. We'll see. All right, who has it?
We had on Leviticus 23:6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Most High. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Now this is very important, right? 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. Meaning, let's say you're home and you decide tonight to eat mashed potatoes and steak. It's lawful. You can eat it for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, but you better add some of this bread to it. You have to eat mashed potatoes, steak, and unleavened bread because you must have this bread every day. You have to. It's part of the lesson that you are attempting to learn, right? One more precept. When the Israelites got out of Egypt and they wanted to go back because they got tired of eating unleavened bread, right? Keep reading. So you get that, right? So every night. So everyone has some tonight. You ate it. You've eaten it for this day. But tomorrow you have to eat it again every day. So most brothers and sisters learn how to make it. It's about as simple as adding flour and water. If you want unleavened bread, it's flour and water. That's it. Flour and water is unleavened bread. Now, if you want to make it more delicious, you throw an egg in there, some butter, some olive oil, some salt. You can deep fry it. You can, do all kinds of things to make it more delicious for you. But flour and water put together is unleavened bread. Everyone understands. So if you eat that, you have satisfied the law. Eat it with some time during the day. You have to eat it. Everyone gets it, right? Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 7. In the first day ye shall have a holy convocation.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall do no servile work therein.
That's it. And it's a Sabbath. Now, skip me to when we wanted to go back to Egypt, if you have that. After a while, we got tired of eating this. Tired of it. We packed this coming out of Egypt, and it was good for a second. But after a while, we got sick of eating this bread. Then the Most High God gave us manna from heaven. Manna is like a little small grain. It looks like a coriander seed. And we ground that up, and we made cakes with that. And we got sick of eating that. Tired of eating it. We got so sick of eating it. Do you have it? Yes, sir. We got so tired of eating it, this is what we did. Go ahead and read.
We had the book of Numbers, 11 and verse 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a-lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? Verse 5. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt.
Because for a time we didn't have any meat. All we had is this. No, not really. Sure? Everyone in your shop, you be seated. Okay, so that's all we had. We didn't have any meat at all. We're in the desert, so we had no meat at all. We got sick of eating bread. Sick of it. Keep going.
Verse 5. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and onions and the
Does
garlic.
everyone hear that? They're talking about the land of slavery, the land of their captivity. But when they got out in the desert and all they had was this, they wanted to go back to slavery because master feeds you every day at 12. Every day. Every day. There was a time when there would be a dinner bell ringing and little Negroes would come running. When you're in slavery, you know when you're going to eat. You know what you're going to have. But free men might not eat that day. Free men have to suffer. They didn't want to suffer. So they said in Egypt, we had this, we had that. Keep going.
Verse 6. But now our soul is dry away.
Now our soul is dried away because all we have is this. Now, why am I explaining that? That's why you have to eat it every day. You eat it to get sick of it. Who woke up this morning and wanted a pancake or a bagel or a croissant? Anybody? Y'all didn't want that? Oh, y'all strong, man. Strong. Brothers and sisters, my God. It's coming. It's coming when you are going to go. You're going to go somewhere and go, yeah, give me a hamburger. Damn. God damn. Yeah, let me get a sandwich. Oh, mother. And, oh, here's the one house. Pizza. Let me get some pizza. That's coming. That's the point. You eat it every day to get sick of it. Towards the end, you get sick of it. That's the point. It's training you to suffer. To suffer, because the lack of the ability to suffer will make you desire slavery again. Everyone understands? Skip from that. Now you can drop me down to Wisdom of Solomon. All right? Wisdom of Solomon. In the Wisdom of Solomon, the Most High God began to speak about the Passover and what it was like that night and how the people rushed out of there and the covenant that they made with each other because they desired freedom above all things. They desired the service of their God above the comfort of Egypt. Whatever you have it, read it. Also, someone hold this for me. Look up the ingredients of Cheerios. Right? And you're going to read me the words and I'll explain what that means. You're going to have to start reading your labels a lot more than you're used to this week. And I'll go over it in about 2 seconds. Keep going. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Can you move? No. Sorry. Sorry. Go. Keep going. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Come on. We had the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 18 and verse 9. Mm-hmm. For the righteous children of good men.
Read that again.
For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly.
Sacrifice what?
Secretly.
Sacrifice what?
Secretly.
This is speaking about Passover night. The righteous, read that again.
For the righteous children of good men.
The righteous children of good men. Give yourselves a hand for being a good parent that brought your child to the Passover, man. You didn't go and give your child to some preacher to be molested. You brought your child to the Passover. You don't want your child to die at 13 years old because he's a gangbanger and a Christian, because he's an LGBT person and a Christian, because he's a thief and a Christian. You wanted your children to live, so you brought them to the Passover. That happened thousands of years ago. The children of righteous men. Keep going.
Verse 9, for the children of Salakia.
Take your time.
For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly.
They did it in secret. Why? Persecution. They did it in secret. They went into houses and killed the lamb and did it wearing weapons for fear of persecution for what God was doing to them. Keep going.
And with one consent.
With what?
One consent.
With one consent. Go ahead.
Made a holy law.
They made a holy law. Keep going.
That the saints should be alike partakers of the good and evil.
What a beautiful thing, man. That's what this school is built on. Brothers and sisters that decide we will share. We're going to be one. We're going to be one with the Latinos, brother. One with the Haitians. One with the so-called Negroes, one with the West Indians. We're going to be one with them. We did it with one consent. Everyone agreed. Everyone agreed. Why? They wanted freedom. Why complain every day about going to work and having a boss and having to be here under your oppressor if you're not willing to be uncomfortable, to be free? Eating this bread is about being uncomfortable. That's the point. You're not getting what you want this week. Some of you who are new, you've never had to go a day where you couldn't eat something you wanted. It never has happened in your life. Anything you wanted to eat, that's what you ate. The thing you wanted to eat. Not this week. This week you suffer. This week you suffer if you want freedom. If you want freedom. Keep going. Please, sir.
What you bringing out is so heavy, General Myman, because every religion, this is something every brother and sister should focus and recognize on this. Don't sweat nothing. Focus on this for a second. Every group out here is trying to gather up brothers and sisters on their campaign to get free from the slave master. The Egyptologists say, we got to learn how to be an Egyptian. You know what I mean? Anti the white man. We was the first people. The Muslims now, they saying, we the chosen. You know what I mean? God passed it on to the Quran, and now we're the chosen. Everybody has a philosophy of how to free black people. We got the truth on how to free black people. We reading it right now. And let me tell you something, man. Every brother and sister, make sure you stand on this when they come with their philosophy. When they come with that philosophy, then ask them, can your philosophy get us free? How? Let me show you our way of getting free. Because there's no other way to get out of captivity once you're in an empire like this. Once there's an empire risen up to the most powerful empire in the world, you get free by standing with the Lord and the Lord standing with you. Y'all all know the scriptures on it, man. You understand? He said he would be our power, man, and we would be his children. And that's how we get free. We have it in the scriptures. Why are they giving us another plan on how to get free? We got a whole Bible full of times when we got free from their captivity, when we turned to the Lord. The Passover is the most important high holy day of all because it was the beginning of our nation. And it'll be the beginning of our nation when we leave out of here again. These days should be shoved in their faces, man. These days should be shoved on their doorstep. How dare you give us another nation's God as a way to get out of this hell? They've been singing and dancing in church for 400 years, singing and trying to sing their way out instead of doing what the Lord says. And y'all look wonderful in here tonight. So lock your mind, cut in for a second. Y'all look wonderful in here tonight. Give everybody in here a hand, man. Like we brought ourselves together in righteousness, and we gonna walk out of here like we walked out of there 4,000 years ago. To what? No, damn right.
To back up what Commander General Yohana was saying, when you read the Wisdom of Solomon, what chapter is this, house? 18. The Most High God is going to describe the sounds of the screams of sinners that we heard that night. As we all came together in our homes, as we were together obeying the Lord's commandments, the people that did not obey his commandments, they cried and screamed in the streets. And there was crying of the likes that no one has ever heard. Imagine every house screaming and crying, every last house. The Lord said that the firstborn cattle died. The firstborn cow and cat and mouse died. Everything died. There was such screaming, and we were in our homes thanking the Most High God for his instructions, for his rules and his laws. And in the morning, we packed up our flat bread and went out and we left. All right? There's one more part about the getting the leaven out your house. Give me that Leviticus. So now you have to eat leaven every day, right? Here's the other thing. All leaven has to be out of your home by last night. By last night, anything that has leaven in it. Someone look up what leaven is, or leavening agent. That's what you need. a long time ago, the only leaven was yeast. But I think around about the 70s or something, 60s, they invented a carbonated soda or sodium bicarbonate or baking soda, baking powder, whenever that was invented. And then there became to be other leavening agents. But what you have to avoid is leavening agents. All right? So by last night sundown, you had to get everything that had leaven in it out of your house and get leaven out of your house. So what is leaven? Yeast. Most of you don't bake bread anymore. But if you bake bread, you have some yeast in your refrigerator. That has to go, right? Anything with leaven in it. Bread. All bread that is normal bread has leaven. Yeast, or like something like a banana bread or biscuits. Biscuits have a leavening agent called baking powder. Baking powder, baking soda. Baking soda in your refrigerator has to get out of your refrigerator by last night. It's a leavening agent. Why? I'll explain. Because like every law, if you were accused of doing this thing and there was proof, you could be killed. So if someone came to your house and saw yeast in your refrigerator or baking soda in your refrigerator, of course, your defense would be, no, that's just to make the refrigerator smell good. Whatever, nigga, you're getting killed. I think you putting some of that in some biscuits. That's what I think. So you get it out of your house so that no one can accuse you of leavening your bread for 7 days because you don't have any of it in your house. It's out of your home. You have it?
Yes, sir. Come on. We had the book of Exodus 12 and 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses.
And that's why it said found, because that's evidence. So you can say it's there for this, it's there for that. If it's in your house, then you could be trying to make your bread more tasty, more delicious, like mama used to make, and you're going to get killed over that. So you get it out your home. So that's last night. Everybody understands. So if you haven't done it, when you go home, you get it out of your home. Where can you put it? You could throw it all in the trash. You could put it in the trunk of your car. You could put it somewhere where no one could say you're getting to it to use it. And there's a lot of places like that. And you can sit it there for 7 days and forget about it. But it can't be in your home, right? Let's say you live with someone else. Many people, you might live with your mom or live with someone where you don't get a chance to decide what's in the refrigerator, right? Then that's not your refrigerator. Then they're committing a sin against God. What you have to do is keep leaven out of the place that you have power to keep it out of. And if that is just one room, then that's your house. You understand? So if your mom has bread downstairs, that's your mom being a sinner. But you don't have any in your room. You don't have any crackers, which you cannot eat. Crackers, because virtually every cracker has a leavening agent, baking soda or baking powder, usually with crackers. Get it out of your house. Everybody understands, right? And you can ask your camp leader. If you have questions, you can raise your hand. You want it out of your home, out of the place that you control. If you live with someone in the world, it has to be gone. Anything else? Do I need it? No. Okay, so now that's it. Now, what are some things you have to avoid, right? All biscuits. Y'all make a good biscuit down here in North Carolina. Famous for them. No more of that. Give the biscuits a hand. That's how much they miss them. The biscuit get an applause. They miss them already. Ain't been but a day. It's been a day. Right? So go ahead.
Quick thing on that too, because that's such a heavy point you brought up too, man. Once again, this is how you know we enslaved in Egypt again, because look at how weak our brothers and sisters have become. They have given up and fallen down and been destroyed. If we had to take all the blacks and Latinos out of America, imagine if we had to leave right now and take all blacks and Latinos with us right now. We'd have to kill half of them in the desert. We'd have to tell y'all, stop killing the people, all right? We took them out to get them out of here. Stop killing. Yeah, but he don't want to stop getting high. He got no control. Half of them going back the other way. Y'all be killing them on the way back. Where you going, huh?
Oh, I was trying to catch up with the, you know what? We going this way. Why you going this way? Oh, I just got lost. Nigga, please. Whoop. That's what happened. It'd be a mess. You know what I mean? It'd be a mess. That's why before we left out of there real quick, we had a standing army of 600,000 men that was ready for, full out war and was seasoned in war. You know what I mean? From fighting with the Egyptians and all that. And the thing is, that's why a lot of you come out the military and stuff. But you see how weakened they made us. Captivity weakens you, breaks your spirit. We had more trouble from brothers and sisters down here than the Edomites. The Edomites said, yeah, we hear about the news, man. Can you just do us a favor? Come in the back with them swords, man, because you might intimidate them if they have a protest. But they said, other than that, man, we about our money, man. We not turning our back on y'all. You know what I mean? So they wasn't going to flex anyway. But, of course, for those who didn't know, if I could real quick, do you know that a couple of the female workers shut down the food lines? Y'all remember that big, long line of food? That was because they came out and shut the food down, took away 2 of the stations. Haas went in there like a maniac. I couldn't catch him before he went in there. He went in there. What's going on? You ain't messing up our Passover night. What's going on? Sure. Brother came to me and said, General Hazayan's in the kitchen screaming. That's why I don't know if you know it's on tape. I had my head down a couple of times. I was like, let him handle it out. Just let him handle it. He come on out. Let's hold on. And the girl turned around and told Haas, said, you only get the food for a certain amount of time. He said, no, we got a contract. We get the food till 11 o'clock. And she said, well, you're only supposed to get it a certain amount of time. Then Edomite came out the back and said, they are supposed to get it to 11. They are supposed to get it to 11. And then Haas went and made them set up a bunch of other food distribution stations. And that's how everybody got fed in there, man. You know what I'm saying? So once again, you know what I mean? In the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shai, we forgive that sister, man, for the trespass that she did against the Most High and against the nation of Israel. Unlike everybody else, we will not curse our sister for her error. We see her weakness in this captivity. We see all our brothers and sisters' weaknesses in this captivity. And we will fix them, help them, and walk them out of the pain that they in. And I didn't grow up down here in the South. You understand? That's why you brothers that's in the Isupk down here in the South, first of all, I think Isupk is insane. Isupk said he want to go to North Carolina. I said, you from Trinidad, nigga. What is you talking about? You gonna go down there, we're gonna find you somewhere, man. He said, no, General, me got it, man. Let me go north. I said, go ahead, all right. He came down here, man, and built some mighty camps, man. Big shout out to Captain Isupk, man. Hosted us in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? And you brothers, man, from North Carolina, man, from all your camps, you know what I mean? You showed nothing but love and brotherhood. You sisters, man, woo, you was dangerous in your discipline, man. No schisms, beefs, kind to the other sisters. No report, 0 report, far as I can say, heard, 0 reports. You sisters was amazing. Brothers was amazing. Big shout out to Iraq. Can we please recognize Iraq for he chopped somebody's head off? Big shout out to Iraq. Man, I like it. Is Isupk in here tonight? God, I'm going to get in a second. Let me let Muhammad wrap up, but in a second, man, I'd like you to come up and give us some of the names of the brothers and sisters that came through here. Also, too, man, it came with extra charges at the black party. Not big ones, but little grimy little charges, you know what I'm saying, that only a fool would do. We ain't worrying about that. We took care of that. Other little things, hiccups here and there, but it showed me something that you brothers down here and across this world do an amazing job that's difficult because you see how oppressed we are. You see, we all in the news over nothing. You understand? That's what it takes to do this job. You gonna get up in the news, you're gonna be treated. She didn't put out nothing. I thought gonna put out the interview. She did a whole interview with me the next day. And she mentioned none of the interview the following day. But my point is this. We're gonna forgive the weakness of the brothers and sisters down here. Because you got good brothers and sisters that's gonna wake them up and show them that they can have courage to believe in what the Lord has given them, man. You understand? And last point, if I could, don't tell me nothing about freedom in America, man. Because you can't be free and be a Hebrew Israelite in America without persecution, man. Oh, you can sleep with a man if you a man. You can dress up like a woman if you want to. You can do all those things if you feel like it, but you can't be a Hebrew Israelite, the children of the Lord. It burns me up. I know I keep mentioning it because it burns me up. You claiming freedom, but you're gonna try to intimidate the Lord's chosen. You're gonna intimidate other people from not coming into the truth. A lot of brothers, they were stopping me all in the elevator, in the hallway, all up in the hotel. Yo, man, like what you brothers doing. And it was sad in this respect that they were saying it, but their voice went down. Hey, man, love what you brothers is doing. And they don't know. It's psychologically because of fear. Fear to declare this truth. Fear to declare what has been handed to us. But we're going to declare it. We're going to bring it forth. And you think this is big. Hold on to your hat, because the Lord going to get all in this nation, brother, and he's going to do magnificently with it. I'm going to run because I know I'll be hogging the mic. I'm going to tell you one more thing. If you mentioned going over the pond, oh, my goodness. First of all, big shout out to Parashia and all. Oh, Parashia got me these gauntlets, man. Big shout out to Parashia for the gift. This was a wonderful gift, man, from the brothers out there, man. Make you want to knock a nigga out. No, let me stop. So, yeah, man. Big shout out to Parashia and all the brothers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna add to this every year. Every year we've been add to these. You know what I mean? Before you know it, getting the helmet, you know what I mean? But big shout out to Parashia and all the brothers. They went through some tribulation out here too. We're gonna make them whole, you understand, for everything that they had to suffer when they got here. Some of them people heard their accent at the counter and hated on them and all that, but all that's good. You know what I mean? South Carolina, Raleigh didn't show us love, but we came anyway for our brothers and sisters that do show us love. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. That's all right. So I just wanted to let y'all know that you should absolutely do two things if you want to. One, you should go get your passport. Trust the brother. It's a lot. That's number one. And number two, you should set your calendar date for the Feast of Tabernacles. Because we, thanks to Captain Meshach Mayan and Captain Parashia and all the brothers in the UK, we are celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle in England. Pum Yashala. So put a little cash together. I know sometimes it be a strain. This is voluntary, it's not mandatory. But if you're able to, exercise some extra discipline, put the fast food down. You know what I mean? That little 100 a month, 200 a month might work out. You know what I'm saying? Put that together. You got about 6 or 7 months before we get ready to roll. Check for your plane flights if you want to come, your hotel flights. We're going to put Zakar and them hitters on there that know how to get them discounts and work them things together. And we going over the pond, man, to be with our brothers, man, over there on the other side of the world, man, to see England. You understand? They trying to get a tour of Rome for you. They trying to go to Scotland. They trying to do a few things. They planning buses. Gonna try to minimize the cost. But we're going to experience some things, man. We're going to go over there and do our things. So I just wanted to announce that. and to say, man, what we doing is righteous, man. What we doing is pleasing the Lord. What we doing is making the angels argue our argument to the Most High. And above all, we obeying Yahushua, our King, that deserves that we obey him, man. You understand? General Muhammad brought out so eloquently about how we need to be disciplined and how we were undisciplined. Just imagine the discipline it took Yahushua to walk that walk all the way to the cross without a single sin. And what it took, talk about a bad dude, man. What it took, this is a warrior. Now, he said, my soldiers would fight. If this was my kingdom, they'd get it on. You understand? But he was so deep. He was so deep. Peter went and chopped the dude's ear off, which show you they was killers. They was dead killers. Christ put his ear back on. Don't even sweat that, dog. You all right. Put the ear go that ear. Whoop. Like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? That was how heavy he was. And you want to talk about deep? Boy, our king is everything now. You know what I mean? We got to give him his due. That's right. Because our king got up on that cross, bleeding, suffering in his drawers, while they was laughing and shooting dice for his robe at the base of his feet. All the enemies and fake religions that was out there. See, I told you, he talk about he saved other people, couldn't save himself. Laughed at him. Did all that before any one of you in here was able to come into this truth. And guess what he did? You know what he did. That last trump, you know he caught it because he said, you know, what's up? You taking me or you gonna let me just suffer here, basically? And then at that last trump, Aquav, he put us down. He said, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And took up that, lost that spirit and went on to the heavens perfect. Like that was a perfect ending for a righteous man for the kingdom that he sought to build. We will build him that kingdom, man. The water to Yahushua for giving his life for us. And we will give our lives for this kingdom, man. Kwam Yeshua! Kwam Yeshua! Kwam Yeshua! Whatever we need to do.
You got. We'll post online about the specifics of things you can and you can't eat and the names to look for, right?
Oh, real quick, one last thing too. Predators are everywhere. Okay, from now on, Israel, whenever we have a gathering, all right, and we go to hotels or any place, take all the principal stuff with you. We'll have security to guard your bags, your knapsack. Don't leave no money, no credit cards, no jewelry, nothing important in these hotels. Predators is waiting. They see us all leave out one time in our beautiful garments. The only thing in their mind is let's go upstairs, see how much money they got. They going upstairs. You got to, don't forget, like the scripture said, I send you as sheep among, how it go? Sheep among wolves. Don't forget that, because you come up in here and you change your life and then you become a righteous person. The thoughts of thieving and robbing and scheming, they leave your mind. You become naive now. You become a sheep now because you done gave up that life. You understand? But the wolves is still out there waiting on you. You understand? And they going through, they'll use their pass key or the nurse's key and go up in your room and they'll try to take what you had. So be a little vigilant on that. Okay? There was one other thing, but it slipped me right now, so I might have to let it go. But stay vigilant on that. And there was one other thing I wanted to warn you. Oh, one other thing, if I could. More predators. They saw that Passover last night, and they was shook. And then they saw all them pictures you was taking with us, and they was doubly mad. I mean, they was mad. You know what they did? They created a fake Commanding General Yohana Facebook page. and they start sending out friend requests this morning at 7 a.m. And the minute you friend requested, they started hitting you up for money. That's right. But brothers was swift on them. I got a call 7:30. I was in a coma. Phone rang. I answered the phone. What happened? That's all I said. What happened? And they ran it down to me. They pray. They try to pray. Now that we growing into a nation, they going to try to prey on us. Check with your husbands, sisters. Check with your camp leaders, brothers. Camp leaders, check with your generals. Your generals in charge and your generals, high-tech communication all day, every day like we do. Keep everybody informed. We got to put a circle and a hedge around our nation. We done built something valuable. You a diamond sitting in here right now, and everybody wants to steal you, poison you, rob you, take what you have. You know what I'm saying? But we determined to not let that happen. We're not going to let this body that belongs to the greatest king that ever walked the face of the earth be used and abused. We're not having that, man. What we are going to do is add to this nation. We're going to add lawyers to this nation, doctors to this nation, hospitals to this nation. You understand? We're going to add housing to this nation, jobs to this nation. We're going to add to this nation and protect the nation from everybody that's on out there. I don't send out friend requests. You understand? If you send me a friend request, I just add you to my page. And I purposely don't send out friend requests. Not that I would love to, but I don't send them out for that very reason. I want everybody to know I don't send them out so that if you get a friend request that's coming from me, you know it couldn't be me because you know I don't send them out. I only got one page, the Commander General Your Honor page. That other page, it got about 10 or 12 people on there now. Brothers is coming off of it. Keep your eye out. That was a play to try to rob you. They saw the brotherhood and the love in there. They said, ooh, opportunity. Let's make up a fake page and tell them to donate to something. No, we don't do that in here. We operate on strict military protocol. You understand? Those in charge know what they need to do, and that's that. I ain't going to tie us up, but I just want to warn y'all of those. We got a nation to build, y'all. We got a nation to build. We see the seeds of it now. It's just the beginning. Let's make it happen. You understand?
Barak. Matai saw men of Israel like Majim, Barak. Saw it, facing them, sister. Saw it. Wrap it up. Well done. Do you think? Do you think? They gonna do. I paused. Now they're gonna just finish it up. Whatever they was doing before I interrupted. Yeah, if you want. It's like a good brother back here. He look good. There's a little young brother right here, son. He look like a good brother right there. Give him some. He look good. Give him some more. Behind the bar. Good down. Do you think? Go ahead. Finish up. Go ahead, Maya. Go ahead.
Also, we got a little piece of bread left up here. Just I heard there was a few stragglers didn't get any bread, but there's some up here. You can come up and I'll pass it to you if you need some bread.
Okay. Yeah, sure. 1 second out. 1 second out.
1 second.
One, two.
the water, General.
Rocking it out.
This is
Looking
the exact
good.
replica, General.
That was right.
The exact
That's
replica.
it.
Wait a minute, let me say something.
Kind of come.
Who recognizes this outfit? I know Muhammad do. This is the exact replica. Turn around, let me see the back. You got the, oh, he got the whole thing.
Man.
He got the whole thing. Let me tell you something. This is an exact replica of the outfit Ariel used to wear in the Sabbath service. Big shout out to Ariel, man. That was real honorable.
That was well done.
Sir, the water. What we did was I decided to of course wear this garment right here to commemorate a greatly honorable man. You know what I'm saying? Chief Head Priest Ariel. You know what I'm saying? And I also got a gift to the generals because it's something heavy that we can't never lose in Israel, right? And that's the pedigree that we have. And there's something that we stand on that nobody else can stand on. So when I got this, when I heard Commander General Hunter tell that story about going to camp and facing those Jewish cats, I don't know if y'all recall, it was real recent. And he brought out an article, and when I heard it, in my mind, I thought that's history. So what I did was, if I could, General, I want to give this to you. This is the exact magazine right there that was used at camp, Khan Wakan, General.
Water so much. Hey, this is what he opened up on them down there in Brooklyn, and they was flawed. Hey, y'all, this is the magazine is in it. This ain't a picture. The magazine is in the frame. Oh my God. I'm going to take it out and put it back. hey, I appreciate this. This means a lot. This means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? That was an early day for me in this work.
Clap it up. Wow. Be seated. I believe that's it, right? Ash, you got it. What do you think?
Sister Yeshab, men of Israel, gird up thy loin and prepare to salute the Torah. We're going to make it quick, all right? You see the brothers? Line up in front of them, salute, and then go back to your seats. Make haste. Everybody, every brother in the back, y'all can come this way too. There are two brothers here.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak, yeah.
How Shimmy, how Shai Barak Yah.
Yes, sir. Please.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Brak Yah.
Maybe just 30 seconds.
How about Shem Yahushua Brak Yah?
How about Shem Yashab Rak Yah?
After saluting the Torah, we can make a line for any brother and sister that want their marriage blessed. There was a signed up list. I only got one couple that signed up. One couple that signed up so far. But after
Make haste, Akin. Come on, salute the Torah quickly. Your brothers on the scrolls, help them brothers out. The water.
Sisters can roll right now. What do we do with the sisters during this part?
Normally after they salute, they normally send up prayers with anointings and everybody with anointings.
Yeah. You gotta say the
Let me see if somebody want to handle it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Young bro, sir.
There's a Torah over here. I see a line over there. There's a Torah over here with no line. Torah to my left with no line. Couple pieces of bread left. First come, first serve. Salakia. Couple pieces up here. Or maybe a few pieces. If I could, if anybody wants some water, we got water stations outside. Go to the exit stations. You should see a water station, get some water. Cups of water, all right?
Yeah, he good, sir. He was just letting me know they want some bread, a couple extra pieces. That's all. Yeah.
Walk them through the protocols if they don't know it. You Amadim Shabbat, you go to Amadim, then you put your hand on the Torah.
Tell them now about the tortillas and all that shit. They can eat tortillas. Shemai, 1 second, brothers and sisters, while we're doing the anointing prayer. Corn tortillas you buy, those are unleavened. You can eat those as much as you want. All right? You cannot eat flour tortillas because they are leavened. Corn tortillas are unleavened. Flour tortillas are leavened. What else? Yeast extract.
Here you go. Check. So you got another one right here. Okay.
Yeast extract. Yeast extract is not a leavening agent. It won't raise anything. It's the flavor. So if something has yeast extract, it is lawful. You can eat it. All right. Cheerios are not lawful because Cheerios use a chemical to leaven the Cheerios. There's a name. If you look it up, I'll tell you the name of it. And now that you have Google, just Google, does cornflakes have a leavening agent? Does this cracker have a leavening agent? And they might have a different name for it because of them coming up with different ways to leaven, but it'll tell you that this thing is a leavening agent, and then you can't eat it. All right? Empanada, what the hell is that again? An empanada. Oh no, an empanada is usually unleavened. Usually it's pie crust. It's like usually it's just pie crust, and pie crust is butter and flour. Doesn't matter. What matters is the leavening, is the lightness of it. Go ahead. Jamaican roti is unleavened. All right, that's unleavened bread. That's flour and butter. Go ahead. Beef patty is unleavened, usually, but you got to read, Doc. This is the week of reading. You got to get in there and read those ingredients. Matter of fact, real fast. I'm sorry. Go look up Cheerios. Give me the ingredients of Cheerios. Go ahead. What's the name of it? That's the name. Now you look up tripotassium phosphate. Now what is it? It's unlawful for this week because it rises dough. You're looking for that. You're not looking for flavor or taste. You're looking for leavening. Microphone.
So like the name of the agent is called tripotassium phosphate, and it's found in Cheerios.
And can I just make just a suggestion? There's only a suggestion. We don't know if every year we're gonna have the ability to have somebody make the unleavened bread. It don't hurt for you to learn how to make it. It ain't but 3 ingredients. If you got a rib at home, it's even easier. You Benjamite supposed to know, because that ain't nothing but a Johnny cake. Benjamite. So it's easy to make. And it's a good practice to learn and let your rib learn, you know what I'm saying? And then you can stack up, a bunch of them in the house for the week. That's it. If you can. Everybody can't, but if you can.
That's the best thing to do, is to make it yourself. You go into a store, you'll see different things. Cornbread mix, unlawful. Right? Cookies, unlawful. What is lawful? Grape nuts. Who knows what a grape nut is? No one. Because it's terrible. You like grape nuts. I like it too. I know no one else likes it because it's like eating a rock. I'm sorry, where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, Salaki, go ahead, sis. Soda lawful. That's fine. Wine lawful. Beer lawful. Alcohol lawful. What we're talking about is something that makes bread rise. That's it. So your cookies, they have baking soda. Now, unless you bake cookies with no baking soda, you bake them yourself, leave the baking soda out. Hell, come on. Toothpaste lawful. Toothpaste cannot rise. It has baking soda in it that's inactive. It won't. If you take toothpaste and put it in flour, it won't rise. Right? It doesn't do anything to bread. Come on.
Any couple wanting their marriage blessed, you can start a line in this aisle here to my left.
Most fried chicken, like from Popeyes, from Bojangles, has a leavening agent in it. The chicken you make at home has no leavening agent, right? Most Moabite chicken wings have no leavening agent, right? But most of your famous restaurants, Bojangles, KFC, Popeyes, they have a leavening agent in the breading of the chicken. Beer lawful. Anything else? Say again? Pretzels unlawful. Pretzels have baking soda and baking powder in pretzels. That's why they grow. That's why they plump up. They plump up for that reason. The skinny ones, double check. The skinny ones are hard now, but when they started, they plumped up, then they dried them out. So all pretzels, by definition, are unlawful, but read the ingredients. All right? Go ahead.
So like, brothers and sisters, if there's more bread at the table, there's tortilla bread in the back. Please do not come to the front for bread, Baba Shah. Hey, come on back here, Lacar. No, that's all right. That's all right. You good right there. I just wanted to recognize Lacar for doing that lamb for us. Lacar, my did a hell of a job. I went in there and really rocked that kitchen out, man, and tried to bring that thing all the way right. There's quite a few brothers in there. I want to give a big shout out to Cat Makad Abarayam, brother. Did a hell of a job, both with the slaughter of the lambs and the security on the entire operation, man. Him and his team were excellent in the work that they did. You understand? He maintained discipline no matter what went on. And a lot of nonsense went on, and he really handled it. Who else did I miss? Quite a few did I miss. Again, big shout out to Officer Iraq for getting us on Hot 97 radio station and some of the other radio stations, him and his team working under Captain Nathop. Hey, big shout out to Tahoe War on them buses. Big shout out to Tahoe War on them buses, man. Say again? Oh, without a doubt, you're right. Big shout out to all the rappers in Israel. That was a hell of a concert. Big shout out to Captain Katazar for putting it together. Rocking that whole thing out. That was beautifully done, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Also, too, oftentimes eyes for dealing with the whole food thing, tables and all that, getting everything set. He wanted to make sure what happened last year did not happen this year. That's why when I saw that long line, I knew that was not of his making. I had to find out what was going on. So big shout out to Officer Tazai, Captain Tazai Wine with the wine and the drink. Big shout out to him as well. Captain Zaryak with the decorations of the Valley Pass or the Passover location. All the brothers has helped out.
Big shout out to Captain Mashak Mayan and his team for doing that whole videography, man, and the big screen and all that. He took us straight to Hollywood, man. Big shout out to him and all the brothers and sisters that worked with him. You forget anybody? Y'all let us know if we slipped on somebody. So that was it for water.
All the brothers that want their marriages blessed, you all have Hebrew names? Your wives all have Hebrew names? All right. Anybody that doesn't have a Hebrew name, we just can't marry you at this time until you become one of our daughters or one of our sons. Yes, if I could have a man to do the oil. First couple could step up. Might need a brother to hold this mic too. Probably have to come down here also. Can I get an officer to hold the mic? Y'all switch sides. Okay, come on. Officer Malakia, your wife, she pays tithes, correct? Moshe Christ. Is Captain Akkad? No, I don't need Captain Akkad. I know Officer Malakia personally. You understand? One of them Philly warriors. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated, strong. You understand, and loyal to this truth. And I've been seeing his wife for years. And if she rolling with him, I know already. You know, she's loyal and dedicated. Get your hand, sis. You understand? Take your hand. Malakia, this is our daughter. You understand? This is my daughter. You understand? And I'm blessing these marriages with the authority of Commander General Yohanan in the spirit of Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. You understand? This is our daughter. You understand? Do you vow to love this sister according to the law? So when needed. No sweat. Sister, do you vow to be a helpmate unto this soldier here. You vow to love him, to nourish him, to support him, and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise his nation. Most times, by the power, given and authority given to me by the man of and the name of Yahweh Shah, we bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. Kiss your wife, please. Give her some kiss. Give her some kiss. There you go. There you go. What's your wife's Rockets I should face both these times, right? And but here, New York. So, this is our thought. Wow. This is support to the most high God. How guide her. Correct. It's over here. Warren for years. You understand? Wow. Love to give whatever as he goes to war to raise this nation. Power given by me to me, by commander of Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, let's support this marriage. Yahweh, congratulations. Your wife. Mighty man, who's your captain? Officer Laquam, is he here? Officer Laquam, you in the building? That's Most High Christ. Officer Laquam, or his second in command. He left. Laquam. Sahara, Captain Sahara. Captain Sahara. They might have left him. You both take it. What mighty man. Listen. When our thought, you make a vow, vow, I the soldier here, he's valuable to us. Scripture say, he rejoice over one young man, over all of the good. So we vow to be a helpmate to this brother, to love him, encourage him, to support him, and do whatever he needs as he goes to war. Already given to me by Commander Yohana, in the name of Yahweh, be blessed. I took a sweet man. Y'all don't know. I heard there was soldiers in Israel don't like to kiss their woman in front of fellas. You. That's fucking sweet. That ain't our, we ain't teach you that. That ain't, you know, that ain't a one-way protocol. Mighty officer Paul from Philly. This is how it goes. Do you make a vow? Do you vow to teach her, guide her, counsel her, correct her when you do you make a vow to love this soldier and nourish him and support him, hold him in whatever he needs as he fights in this war, in this hell called America to raise this nation? Most High Christ. That's already given to me by the manager of the house. In the name of our child, we bless and support this marriage. Congratulations as we come. Detroit. Y'all in the building. Officer Y'all. And so, this is your wife. She pays tithes, correct? Loyal. So this is our daughter. What's her name? Right. So what's it mean? Companion. See? That's what it's all about. Now, this is our daughter. You understand? You named her, right? So you know she's a companion. You understand? Do you vow to love this sister as the Most High said to love her? To teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, to correct her with care. You understand? Whenever she needs you. No sweat. Sister, do you take this soldier, Detroit warrior, you understand, and vow to be his helpmate? You vow to nourish him and support him and give him whatever he needs as he wars to build this nation. Most her to, we give her to you. You understand? We bless and we support this marriage. Congratulations. Malak City, Kansas City, Missouri. Is Malak in the building? Kansas City, Missouri. Say your Hebrew name. Wanayala, and what's your wife's name? Wanayagabar. No sweat. And you read? No problem, no problem. Both paying tithes, right? Loyal to the school. If I take your answer, say your name one time. Shapala. Shapala, no problem. So now, this is our daughter. You understand? Do you vow to love her like the Most High said to love her? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, counsel her, and even correct her whenever needed? No problem. Sis, there's a soldier here. You understand? I'm looking at him. Do you vow to be a helpmate to him? Love him, to support him, to be there for him, and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war in this hell called America to raise up this nation. Most High in Christ. Take your hand, brother. We give our daughter to you happily. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. Can't leave. Can't leave. Officer Louisiana. What's your Hebrew name? Your side. What's your wife's Hebrew name? Rakat. Rakat. No sweat. No sweat. And you both you pay tithes. Loyal to the school. How long you been in the school? Most high. Right. You take your hand, daughter. Yes. Okay, yeah. So officer, your side. Officer, your side. This is our daughter. This is the daughter of the Isupk. You understand? Do you vow to love her as it is written in the Holy Scripture? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and correct her when needed? No sweat. Listen. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this soldier? To love him, to nourish him, to support him, and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand. Her hand in your hand. We give our daughter to you happily, brother. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. There you go. Come on, mighty man. All right. So you pay tithes, right? Beautiful couple. Name Hebrew? Hebrew name? Azak? Name, sister? Isla, no problem. Take your hand, sister. Mighty man, this is our daughter. Understand? Do you vow to love her according to the laws of the Most High? Do you vow to teach her, guide her, even correct her when needed? You understand? You get counsel for anything you need, any correction, anything within those lines. You understand? Anything. Daughter, vow to be a helpmate to this man like the Most High created you to be. Do you vow to love him, nourish him, and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise up these 12 tribes? Most High in Christ. Take your hand, mighty man. Give our daughter to you. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. Is Yatazak in the building? Shapak got a reputation all his own. All his own. No, sir. Say again? You know what I mean? both ties paying brother and sister, right? Take your hand, brother. Either one. Shapak, as you know, this is our daughter, right? Do you vow to love her according to the Most High's love? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and even correct her with care when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, do you vow to be a helpmate to this soldier? You vow to nourish him and support him and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Your hands up. Turn. Heard to you. We support this marriage. Congratulations, mighty man. Congratulations. Take your hand, daughter. I'm gonna take your hand. Ties paying, correct? She pays ties, right? No sweat, no sweat. So you understand this is our daughter, right? We love our daughter. You vow to love her according to the Most High. You vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and even chastise her when needed. Most High in Christ. Daughter, you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man here? Do you vow to love him and nourish him and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Brother, we give our daughter to you, which we believe are faithful hands, you understand. We bless, we support this marriage. Congratulations to both of you. What city, mighty man? No sweat. Now, if Fox, you can't lead her? Who's can't lead her? Captain no sweat. Is Captain come in the building? No sweat. And I just call out your camp leaders just to see if they want something to say. You know what I'm saying? Type of a thing they want to add. Take your hand, daughter. Mighty man, it's our daughter. Do you vow to love her according to the scripture? To guide her, be a teacher to her, be a counselor to her, and even correct her when needed. Most High in Christ. Do you vow to be a helpmate, to support him, to nourish him, to give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. I believe you, sis. I believe you. Take your hand. We give it to you, brother. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations.
App on your phone, you could be using it to make up to
Also, too, Salaki, if I may, if anyone needs counsel with General Muhammad, please come up right here to the front where the scrolls are so I can put you on the list. If anyone needs counsel with General Muhammad, come up to the front, to the right of the podium with the scrolls so we can put you on the list, the water.
This means that you can make YouTuber money without ever having to become a
Shalom, mighty man.
meaning without ever
As
having
you
to
know,
make your own videos,
this is our daughter. You understand? Came into the truth and got with the perfect brother. You understand? Happy as hell when I heard about the marriage. You understand? Do you vow, brother, to love her according to the scriptures? Do you vow to guide this sister and teach her, counsel her, and correct her when needed? Most High in Christ. Sis, do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man, to nourish him, to be there for him, to give him everything he needs as he goes to war to raise this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand up. We give our daughter to you, brother. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations.
With all the craziness going on in the world right now, it's never been more important to have multiple sources of income streams to set yourself and your family and your loved ones up for financial security, financial freedom. That sounds interesting.
Take your hand, daughter.
Your lucky day. I've just put together.
These are children of B-More, you understand, which I love. I thought B-More hated me at first, you understand. But the Lord rose up mighty soldiers in B-More, man. This is our daughter, you understand. I mean, this is our daughter. Do you vow to love her according to the love of the Most High? Do you vow to teach her, guide her, counsel her, and even correct her when needed? Most High in Christ, sis. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man here? To love him, to nourish him, to roll with him, stand with him, and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation? Beautiful. Take your hand, mighty man. Give her to you. We give her to you. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. Most High in Christ. State your name and city, mighty man. No sweat. You know Atlanta's in the house. So, Hadar, this is our daughter. Do you vow to love her according to the love of the Most High? Do you vow to teach the sister, guide her, counsel her, and even chastise her when needed? Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Sis, do you vow to love him nevertheless after that chastisement? Do you vow to be a helpmate to him, to nourish him, to support him, and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation. Most High in Christ. Take your hand, soldier. Take your hand. I'm going to give her hand to you. Give her to you. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. Most High in Christ. Name and city. God, no sweat. Familiar. It's just for the record. Take your hand, daughter. No problem. Almighty man, this is our daughter. You understand that, right? Do you vow to love her like the Most High said to love a wife? Do you vow to guide her, teach her, counsel her, and even chastise her when needed? No problem. Sis, do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man, to nourish him, to support him, to give him whatever he needs while he goes to absolute war to raise this nation? Most High in Christ. You can take your hand. We give our daughter to you, brother, proudly. You understand? We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. State your name, your Hebrew name, and your city.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, no problem. Can I take your hand? One of your hands, sister. So, Madara, you understand it. What's our Hebrew name? Zakiah. You understand that Zakiah is our daughter, right? Do you vow to love her according to how the Most High said to love her? Do you vow to guide her, teach her, counsel her, and even correct her when needed? Most High in Christ. Kyra, do you vow to love this brother and be his helpmate like the Lord ordained? Do you vow to stand with him and nourish him and support him and do whatever it takes, sister, while he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand. We give our daughter to you, brother, gladly. Congratulations to both of you. Most High in Christ. State your name and city. Mike.
Magangamat, Puerto Rico.
No sweat, no sweat. On the Ashaparians crew, man. They made it down here. Give Puerto Rico a hand. Take your hand. What's her Hebrew name? Kaya Allah. Kaya, no sweat. Kaya Allah. And say your name one more time, son. Magana Ma. This is our daughter here. You understand? This is the daughter of the Isupk. You understand? Do you vow to love her according to the Most High's love? Do you vow to guide her, to teach her, to counsel her, and even chastise her when needed? No sweat. Daughter, do you vow to love this brother as his helpmate? Do you vow to support him, to nourish him, and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand, brother. Her hand in yours. We give her to you. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. No sweat. Take your name and city.
Sakan out of Southern Ohio.
Ohio. No sweat. Take your hand, daughter. Both pay ties, right? No sweat. This is our daughter here. You understand? We love her. Do you vow to love her according to the scripture, the way Christ loved the brothers? Do you vow to guide her, to teach her, to counsel her, and even chastise her when needed? Most High in Christ. Listen, daughter, do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man? Do you vow to nourish him, to love him, to stand with him, and give him whatever he needs as he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand, mighty man. We give our daughter to you happily, brother. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations to both of you.
Before his TEDx talk, when I met him, he was 19 years old, had just dropped out of high school, was battling mental health issues, really hoped to one day write a book, and was an aspiring speaker. After helping him land his TEDx talk, he has now landed over 300 paid speaking engagements. He's landed a six-figure book deal with the world's largest publisher. He's
Priest and
helped
Officer
raise
Malakma,
millions of
Southern
dollars
California.
for mental health charities,
Malakma.
and most importantly, he's living his
Awesome. Take your
purpose
hand, daughter.
full time. And this is Cynthia.
Malakma, as you already know, this is our daughter. Do you vow to love our daughter according to the scripture? Do you vow to teach her, to guide this sister, to be a counselor sister, and even chastise her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, do you make a vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man, to nourish him, to support him, and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Get your hand. We give our daughter to you, brother. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations. Come on, baby. You too. Come on. You want some? We make this a solid family. You understand? In the spirit of the Most High in Christ.
All over the world, and most importantly, we've helped hundreds of other people that were at one time sitting in exactly your shoes, sitting in your chair, and we help them get onto that stage and reach millions and millions and millions of people. So you might be wondering, yeah, I'd like to do a TEDx talk, and I have no idea where to start. Well, I put together a free training for you where I'm going to teach you 3 things that are going to help you land a TEDx talk fast.
Prince Officer
Number one,
Demakia.
I'm going to teach you exactly what TEDx
Austin,
organizers
Texas.
are looking for.
Texas
What gets
in the
people
house.
rejected,
You take your hand, sis.
selected. Number
Ties
2,
paying
I'm going to talk
couple,
about how
I'm
to
assuming,
write
right?
a talk that goes
Malak,
viral
say
once it goes
your name
online.
again.
It goes spread like
Demakia.
wildfire. It actually reaches the millions of people.
This is our daughter. You understand? So do you make a vow, brother, this day to always love this sister according to the scriptures? Do you vow to be her teacher, to guide her, to counsel her, and chastise her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, do you vow to be a helpmate to this brother here? Do you vow to nourish him, to stand with him, and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation? No sweat. I believe you, sir. In your hand, brother. We give our daughter to you, brother. We bless and we support this beautiful marriage. Congratulations.
Priest and Officer Thawaga Bar, Southern California, sir.
Why?
This is Kawamaz and Amara.
Rama and Amara, right? No problem. So, mighty man, as you well know, you've been around for a minute, right? These are both our daughters. You understand? Do you vow to love both of these sisters as it is written in the scriptures? Do you vow to be their counselor, be their teacher, to guide them and chastise them when needed? No sweat. Daughter, do you both vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man? No problem. Do you vow to stand with him, to nourish him, to love him, to give him whatever he needs while he goes to absolute war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ, I believe for both of you. Take your hand, mighty man. We give you 2 daughters of the Isupk, mighty man. We bless and we support these marriages. Congratulations.
Officer Iraq 1000, Durham, North Carolina.
The mighty Iraq in the house. Iraq, you already know, mighty man. You already know this is our daughter, man. Our daughters are precious to us, soldier. Do you vow to love our daughter as the scriptures have said? Do you vow to guide her, protect her, to lead her, to counsel her, and even correct her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, this is the mighty Iraq right here. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this brother? Do you vow to love him and stand with him and nourish him and support him and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war, while he continues to go to war to raise this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand, Iraq. We give our daughter to you, brother. Get this one hand. You want to turn the palm down, your palm up. There you go. We bless and we support this marriage. Congratulations to both of you.
Royal Abanya Howard Abanya Shala, Houston, Texas.
Paying couple, I'm assuming, loyal. Say your name again, Slot.
The Royal.
The war. The war. The war. No problem. The war, this is our daughter, brother. You understand? Do you vow to love our daughter according to the Most High? Do you vow to guide her, to teach her, to counsel her, and to chastise her when needed? No problem. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man, to nourish him, to support him, and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise this nation? In Christ. We give our daughter to you. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations to both of you.
If you are a trader or an aspiring trader, then pay very close attention to what I'm about to say next.
Trooper Canuck out of Orlando, Florida.
These rules right here
Trooper Canuck.
do not help you spot high probability market reversal trade
Top.
setups, then I will personally hand you $10,000 cash and
So
eat
one more
my
time, your
words.
name?
That's how
Canuck, sir.
confident I am.
No problem.
about
Trooper
what we are
Canuck.
about to learn next.
I know you're a trooper,
Now,
but you've been around long enough to understand that these sisters are our daughters, right? And your wife is our daughter. She's the daughter that I Isupk. Do you vow to love her according to the Most High's laws? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and chastise her when needed? Sister, our daughter, do you vow to be a helpmate to this brother here? You vow to stand with him and nourish him and support him and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war in this hell called America to raise up this nation. Most High in Christ. Your hand, mighty man. We give our daughter to you happily. We bless and we support this marriage. Congratulations, mighty man.
This is Officer Isupk Mayata from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
My, you know. So you understand that this is our daughter, right? And do you vow to love her according to the Bible of the Most High? Do you vow to be her teacher and to counsel her and to protect her and to even chastise her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter. Standing with him and loving him. Do you vow to support him and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war and raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. We give our daughter to you, brother. We bless and we support this marriage. Congratulations.
Precinct Officer 5000, Tazadakio, Isupk, Mississippi.
So Tazadak, as you already know, right? This is our daughter. You understand? Do you vow to love her according to the scriptures? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and even chastise her when needed. No sweat. Sis, do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty soldier here? Do you vow to stand with him and love him and nourish him and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ, give me a hand up. We give our daughter to you, and by the power and authority given to me by Commander General Yohana in the name of Yahushua, we bless and support this marriage. Congratulations.
Priest and officer 5,000 come my out in Washington, D.C.
Okay. So, mighty man, you already know. This is our daughter. You understand? We love our daughters. Do you vow to love our daughters according to the Most High's law? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and even correct her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, we know we love you, right? And we love this soldier here. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man? Do you vow to nourish him, stand with him, and give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand. We give our daughter to you, brother, freely, happily. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations.
Also, too, if I may, once again, last call. If you need any counsel with General Mahyman, this is your last call. Come get on the list if you need counsel with General Mahyman. Last call. The water. Come to the front. If you need counsel with General Mahyman, come to the front and put your name on the list. Baba Kashar, the water.
Officer Knock, Officer 5,000 out of Delaware.
As you know, Officer Knock, this is our daughter, and we love our daughters. Do you vow to love our daughter according to the Most High? Do you vow to teach her, to counsel her, to guide her, and even correct her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, you already know we love you. You understand. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this mighty man? Do you vow to nourish him, support him, stand with him, and do whatever, give him whatever he needs while he goes to war to raise up this nation? Mighty man. That's God. I believe you. Most High in Christ. Put your hand in it. We bless and support this marriage. Congratulations, sis. Continue the good work. A man that needs no introduction, General Kabbalah Mouth. Salaki. General Kabbalah, you already know you helped create the rules, the protocol. So, you know what I'm saying? And we've been practicing the Most High and warring for many years. Do you vow to love this sister according to the Most High, General? Do you vow to teach her, to guide her, to counsel her, and even correct her when needed? Most High in Christ. Daughter, we love you. And you know this man you standing next to is dear to our heart. Do you vow to be a helpmate to this man? Do you vow to stand with him and nourish him and support him and give him absolutely whatever he needs while he raises up this nation? Most High in Christ. Take your hand, Q. We give our daughter to you happily, brother. Happily. You understand? We bless and we support this marriage. Congratulations, folks. We done? That's it? All right. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai. I turn it back over to Manager Yahana.
Give it up for General Mata Allah, y'all. Blessing these marriages. Amazing work. Hey, We're gonna push these chairs in and do some other things, y'all.
Does anybody have the asthma pump, an asthma inhaler, the emergency asthma inhaler? Does anybody in the room have an emergency asthma inhaler? What? John, one of the children is going through a real bad thing, just needs an inhaler, a couple puffs on it. Announce it in the hallways. Come to the, okay, you got one, sis? All right, no problem. Thawada, you see it, Kwadashra? All right. Thawada, everybody.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry, they were freezing, you could almost hardly.
If you request a counsel with General Muhammad, come to the front now, Baba Kashab. If you request a counsel with General Muhammad and you are on the list, come to the front now, Baba Kashab. Last time, if you request a counsel with General Muhammad and you're on the list, please come to the front now, the water.
Let's go. Get up. It's that club, you hear that? We can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigluch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Yohana. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID and all that. They rocking strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gonna pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Nah, think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.